and welcome to Blind Date. Haven't we got a cracker for you this evening? 3 guys all willing to get their pistols out for a damsel in distress and all carrying a license to thrill. So let's meet the boys. So, what are your names and where'd you come from?
The name's Bond. James Bond.
From the British Secret Service.
Well, my job permits me to travel the world for a lot of the year. And I would like a girl who will have a warm house, meal and a bed waiting for me on my return.
And number 2.
Well, like my suits, I like my women to hug my body tight and keep me warm, but they've got to look good. You can never have too many suits and you can never have too many women.
And number 3, well, don't you look brilliant? I bet you have all the girls watching you as you exit the sea.
Well, I do get a lot of attention from women, but now I'm looking to settle down and hopefully find a woman who isn't afraid to come for a dip with me.
Well, weren't they brilliant, ladies and gentlemen? So, which of our boys will be fulfilling his mission and which will be going home alone? It's all down to one girl to decide. Her name's Rita Goodshag and she's from a generic, exotic location. Well, aren't you beautiful? Well, Rita, love, you've got your questions there. Are you going to fire away with your first one?
I sure am. Okay, I have quite a track record with men. I've been with a giant with metal teeth, a midget with a hat fetish, and lived for several months in an underwater crab base. How is your relationship history? And that's to number 1.
Well, Rita, I always seem to have a new woman on each mission. But as if I'm following some recurrent narrative cycle, by the end, they're always killed or disposed of. Hopefully, if you choose me tonight, we can go all the way together.
And number 3.
Well, I prefer women who can work alongside me to help complete the mission. I have a feeling that me and you will look good on the job together.
Same question to number 2.
Well, Rita, unlike these other 2, I like to Roger more. I get a lot of women, but like Daniel, I like to make sure they reach the climax of the mission.
Being created ultimately for eye candy, I look for basic macho men. What are your masculine features? And that goes to number 3.
Well, I feel I possess much more than just macho features. Sure, I have a good body, but I also treat my women with respect, and I'm the most sensitive here for you. I think that a good mental relationship breeds a good physical relationship, so hopefully me and you can get to know each other very, very well.
Same question for number 2.
Although I don't have big muscles, I can handle myself pretty well in a fight. I assert my masculinity through driving fast cars, wearing flash suits and throwing witty one-liners. If you pick me tonight, you can explore my masculinity for yourself.
Well, there's nothing more macho than a big hairy chest. And I've got one you can snuggle into all night.
Last question. What is your drink of choice?
Vodka martini. Shaken, not stirred.
Vodka martini, shaken, not stirred.
Well, I like lots of drinks. I'll try anything. But when it comes down to it, you can't beat a good vodka martini, shaken, not stirred.
Well, that's all the questions. Let's get some advice from our Graham.
Thanks, Scylla, and hopefully she can get her hands on 00 and 7 this evening. But will it be rugged, hairy-chested number 1? The pun-slinging number 2? Or the sensitive but beach-worthy number 3? The decision is yours.
So, Rita, love, who are you going to go for?
They all seem so nice, but I'm going to have to go for number 2.
Well, what about the 2 you turned down? Come in, boys. Afraid there's no going back now. You've made your choice. Here he is, your blind date. You chose number 2. Here is James Bond. And that's all we've got time for this evening on Blind Date. Rita has bagged herself a charming young man, and James, well, he's got himself a good shag. Good night.